Welcome back to Sunrise Daily, where we're focusing on our key theme today, security. We're joined now by the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Solomon Arase. Well, thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you very much.
Well, let's start off with one key area, because you focused on this and you have a lot of background in this. Intelligence policing. You've said, look, that's central to getting the police to the next level, if you could describe it as such. What is going on with that? How far have you gone there?
Well, the intelligence school in Enugu has been open since I, assumed responsibility as the Inspector General of Police, and as we speak, over 1,000 officers has been trained at that police intelligence school in Enugu. Further to that, you cannot get intelligence except you are able to win public trust of the people. So I have made, community partnership as one of the, cornerstone of, my administration. Apart from holding the security summit, which was successfully held last year, I have traveled the 36 states of the Federation, including Abuja, in the past 1 year. And most of the message that I have always carried out with, non-state actors and other strategic groups in society is that you just have to, trust the Nigerian police force. If that element of trust is not there, it's always very, very difficult for you to elicit information from them. And apart from getting the information, we have also keyed into training officers who are very, very vast in crime analysis. We've trained them, I've sent them to all the states in the Federation to give the commissioners of police, the expertise to be able to gather information, analyze them, and utilize them in internal security management. So you see, it has been a continuous process. And apart from that intelligence you've just mentioned, we have also said our investigation and most of the activities of the police has to be intelligence-led. We don't want situation where we go fishing for evidence before inviting people to our facilities. And that has, resulted in us having less people in our custody, because, the issue of pretrial detention, that is one area where members of the public have always held us accountable for custodian violence. And since we have been doing that, you discover that the number of reports we've been getting on our platform, the complaint response unit, has, diminished over, the past few months, which is an indication that my officers, have shown the capacity that they are trainable, and also members of the public, I also have to commend them for changing the narratives of the Nigerian police, in the country, because now they give us information. They are sure that those information will be, professionally handled, and they're beginning to trust us. It's not something that we can sort out in a period of just 1 year. It's a gradual process, it's an incremental thing, and I'm sure we will get there.
And then the other aspect, a year, incidentally, it's a year since you assumed office as the IGP. Many would have thought that by now we should be seeing forensics, such that it will unlock a lot of unanswered questions about crime and what's going on in the country. Why is that not the case?
That is the case. You see, policing is such that we don't advertise most of the platforms that we have, as it were. As we speak now, the DIG in charge of investigation and intelligence is in Germany, to push for this forensic department, the database. And we have been able to connect with NIMSI, the Nigerian Identity Management Commission. We've been able to also connect with Federal Road Safety Corps. So we already have, the technical platforms.
So that's more like a synergy amongst all those agencies.
Absolutely, that is exactly what we are trying to do, because we are saying that if we want to start collecting fingerprints of every Nigerian all over again, it's going to be a nightmare. So why can't we key into things that we already have? The BVN, the one that they did in the listing, we are also keying into that. So we already have, a criminal database, that is that we've been able to establish in the headquarters, and it's up and running. The equipments are coming in. So once we're able to key into this, now you can't. Once you are arrested, your fingerprint has to be taken. So we keep upgrading, that system. And I'm sure you are aware that we've been able to digitalize our clearance character certificates. We've been able to do the teens permit. We've been able to do the firearms license. So that is a way of us to also building on, our forensic, platforms. Just as I said, these things are, it's not rocket science. It's something the force has been neglected over the years. We failed to do those things that we're supposed to do. Now we are starting them. We just have to, be on it and ensure that in the end we are able to, get to the stage where if you mention the Nigerian police force, you'll be talking, about them and comparing them to what obtains, internationally, across the length and breadth of the world. So this is exactly where we are.
Those who are members of the Nigerian police, it's very important that they are very intelligent, they get the required training. And I'll take you back to 2000 when the police had this recruitment then, and there's this allegation that a lot of people who were not fit to be recruited into the police force got into the police force at that time. Now you get into another recruitment process, 10,000, which we understand that it has gone over how many?
750,000.
Almost a million now. How do you ensure that we don't have a repeat of what happened in 2000 and we don't have people, maybe some kind of political influence in putting people into the police force instead of getting those who are very fit, qualified, that have the passion to work as police men and women?
Well, the process has been well thought out. From the first time I sought the assistance of the president to bring in more men to increase our numeric strength, we sat down to look at what were those things that went wrong in the first exercise. We were in a rush, so the exercise was, not properly done. Now we decided that if you are going to apply, you are going to apply online. What that means is that there are certain criteria of persons, even if you apply online, once you don't meet those conditions that we have put in place, definitely the system will sort you out. So there is already, a software that will sort out those people who we think are not, they don't meet our minimum requirements. Then after that has been done, we've been able to put together a committee, the Federal Character Commission, the Police Service Commission, the Ministry of Interior, the Nigerian Police Force, Secretary to Government Office. So we have put together this team, and we are going to start the process from the various local governments and states. We must be able to say, who are these people? There must be somebody who should be able to vouch for you to say, oh yes, Suleiman, is from so and so local government. These are, the parents are people who are, church-going people or some whatever is the, or mosque-going people. We must be able to start, doing that. And the good thing about it is that we are now going to introduce some technology into recruitment. We've been able to acquire some polygraph machines. Those polygraph machines will be deployed. We are also going to apply some, drug testing kits to ensure that we don't bring in people who are into drugs. And we are thinking that by the time we do all these things, we should be able to at least be able to identify people who have a passion for policing, not just because they want a job, they want to come into the system. And definitely there's going to be a psychometric test for us to determine, because a policeman that cannot write, that cannot communicate, cannot be a police officer. So you are talking about, the intellectual, depth of the people that we are going to bring in. The police warehouses a lot of very intelligent officers. All we just have to do is just to expose them to constant training and retraining of these men. And that is why in the past 1 year, about 138 of them have been sent outside this country.
138?
Yes, outside the country. Different because we've been able to leverage on the president's tours, any country he goes to, and he talks about asking for assistance for, security sector reforms. The people, most of their embassies, they come, asking what area exactly do you think we should be able to assist you people. We've been able to draw up some MOUs too, and about 138, and within here, about 600 of them have been trained, especially the UK, Canada, Italy, the United States of America. And I am training them in specialized areas. It's not just a general training, as it were. I look at our system, I say, what areas do we really need those specialized skills? Is it crime scene management? Is it intelligence led policing? Is it human rights models of how you police a democratic society? So I am very, very careful the type of training that I give to them.